Screen composition is the artistic way in which the elements of a scene are placed in order to make it more pleasing to look at and to complement the story by creating an adequate atmosphere to each scene. Some of the concepts that make up screen composition are layer division. In order to convey a sense of depth and perspective, the screen is usually divided in 3 separate layers or planes. Foreground, the closest plane to the viewer, the middle ground, which stands between the foreground and the background, the furthest plane from the viewer. Usually, the action is set in the foreground or middle ground, rarely occurring in the background. These planes can be connected through leading lines. Leading lines are natural lines in a shot which lead the viewer's attention to a certain subject. These can be horizontal lines representing passiveness and serenity as well as stability and security, vertical lines which manifest power and authority as well as a sense of foreboding, diagonal lines filled with energy and restlessness convey motion, tension and imbalance. As such, they are mostly used for action sequences and dramatic moments. And curved lines, which bend and change direction, are categorized as unpredictable, graceful, and both calm and dynamic depending on the curve. If leading lines aren't enough, rack focus can be used to direct the attention of the viewer. This technique consists of focusing on one subject first, and then changing the focus to the other. By doing this, we can clearly show the viewer an important relation between 2 subjects. An emphasis on a certain subject can also be accomplished through the use of natural frames, which are objects integrated in the scene that help direct the viewer's attention to a certain subject, acting like a frame. These can be doorways, windows, buildings, and trees. Another effective way to establish the relation between 2 subjects, or even a subject and the viewer, is through the camera's point of view, or POV. A low-angle POV creates tension and a feeling of insecurity, as it enhances the size of the subjects portrayed, while a bird's-eye POV will create a sense of security and courage, seeing as it diminishes every subject in relation to the audience. In order to balance the scene properly and to make it visually appealing, it is essential to use the rule of thirds. This consists of drawing 4 lines on the screen, 2 horizontal and 2 vertical, and dividing it into 9 equal squares. It should look like this. Then, the main subject should be placed in one of the extreme thirds, leaving 2 thirds to showcase the background. If a character is walking to the right, he or she should be placed on the left side of the screen and vice versa, in order to have lead room, the room needed for objects in motion and to avoid the feeling that the character is about to run off screen. In the end, screen composition is a funny thing. Even though most people don't know about it, everyone can tell if it was achieved or not, because all our brains work in a similar way. And these were basically a bunch of rules artists had to make up to explain the weird way our subconscious perceives the world, what it likes and doesn't like, and how to make sure it approves of what it sees.